funky this yarn is. Hello, darlings. Today we're answering the question, can one be too creative? I think you'll find the answer might be yes. I am recovering from surgery, so I've been in bed for weeks, watching a lot of YouTube, reading a lot, dreaming of all the things I would do when I was finally able. And this was that week, and unfortunately for me, I tried to do them all. It's too much. And did I create a life-size sculpture of anything? No. Did I paint a mural? No. Did I even paint a painting? No. But I did do a lot. And as of yet, I need to edit this video. So come with me this week, sort of a vloggy situation, as I do all of the creative things. There's vintage clothing. There is a hazardous materials digging session for some vintage crafts. There's an embroidery project. There is a very cool creative book. There's coaching clients. There's a lot. But join me as I get back to doing all of the things that I really want to do and have been wanting to do, and as I attempt to do a little too much. Welcome to the mess that is my everything room. Much like everyone who lives in an urban place, every room is a multi-purpose room. This is my vintage storage, laundry, garage, gardening, all the things. I really do live in a little house on a hill in San Francisco, which I am very lucky to do, but it does mean that lots of things are in one space. So while yes, welcome to my laundry, what I'm doing today is getting ready to sell a curated vintage collection. Something that I truly believe is an expression of creativity is fashion. And for me, I love to play with vintage fashion, always have. It's just sort of been my jam. And I've got an amazing curated collection. Some of these are from my personal closet. Some of them I find out in the wild as a bigger person, finding beautiful, well-crafted vintage items that are still in good condition is more difficult than it should be. So I like to make sure that if I find them, they get out into the world, into the people who need them instead of the landfill. So I'm going to be taking some photos. I'm going to be organizing the collection. I am going to be getting ready to list it and sell it. So let's get cracking. So what I'm curating is, look at these, an amazingly fun spring collection. I can't wait for these to go to a good home. A lot of these I would keep if they fit me, but they don't. So I cannot wait for them to get to a good home. I'm gonna put on some music and I'm just gonna start taking pictures. All right. From my vantage point on the floor, I've got box 1, giant shopping bag 2, stack, and box 3, semi-organized train case, embroidery box, random one, random kit sticking out. Before I can get more creative, I want to / really need to go through these things. So we're going to do a little bit of a vintage craft unboxing organizing. Can help me decide. Okay, so I think first plan of attack, get these out of their wrappings. They're you know, like, and see where we're at, see what we've got. Yeah. Okay, so these are Fad of the Month Club kits. I found one of these sort of randomly online. So I was sort of in poor health the last few months. I spent a lot of time in bed scrolling eBay, looking for things to do while I was laying there not feeling well. And I came across this kit, Fad of the Month, wasn't really sure what it was, and I made this adorable little handbag out of it. That was the kit. So after doing the one little handbag, I became obsessed with finding more of these, and they're really cool. I honestly don't know what half of these are. I found on eBay that sort of had an entire stash, and I didn't really look too closely at what they are. Some of these look like they're still packaged. I am curious. I'm wondering if I should organize them sort of by type of project, but then that would mean kind of everything I've got in all these piles would need to organize by type of project. Do I organize them by date of release? Because it looks like this Fad of the Month Club, I kind of should do some research here. It looks like this Fad of the Month Club was around from the late 50s through the early 70s. That could be cool. But again, this is in tandem with my year of creativity, really rediscovering my creativity so that I can work with my creative clients in the best way. And I don't know if really worrying about organization is the smartest thing. All I know is I live in a very limited space. We've covered this. And these do need to get organized in some fashion so I can at least store them somewhere in a way that makes sense. So I do need to do that. But I'm thinking maybe going through a few of these could be really fun. And we will organize. I don't know. There's also other things in my kind of holiday decor storage area. I realized that as I'm looking here, there's a vintage embroidery Christmas ornament, and I know for a fact I've purchased some other holiday ornament things that need to be made, very handicrafty, and I just put them away with the holiday bin. That's going to be a thing. So I might get very quickly overwhelmed here. So, you know, where do we start? Hello, friend. You want to help? Maybe I just start with digging in and looking at things that I find interesting. So let's dig into the Fad of the Month. I have realized with these that a lot of the ingredients I don't have. I need to find replacements for. I was trying to do one the other day that required this liquid laminate that was included in the kit. No idea what it was. It was completely dried up, and it was from the 60s, so I wouldn't use it even if it wasn't dried up, but I'm thinking maybe just clear nail polish. I don't really know. So that could be another thing. That's what going through these could actually help me do, is I could find replacements for those items. Ooh, there we go. Look at this, talking it out. Let's see what I've got here. This looks very Eastery at first glance. Oh, there's a catalog of gift craft. Oh, now that, come on. That could be fun. A pink cornucopia. I don't know. Is that a Valentine's Day cornucopia? It's just referred to as the Holiday Harvest Centerpiece. Oh my gosh. Look at these cute little chickens you can make. Amazing. Okay, so now we're into the craft. Okay, so this is very much Easter. So I love that these come with a postcard so you know what it's supposed to look like. So springtime, we're in the middle of it, but Easter itself is over. So I don't know that this is one thing I'd want to do or make anytime soon, but it looks incredibly cute. Please tell me there's some instructions in here. Dear club friend, there's a little newsletter. All right, who did it? Who laid those beautiful eggs? Not I, said Ladybird. Not I, said the Easter Bunny. Not I, said Little Red Hen. Who then? Could it possibly be some slick chick that belongs to the Fat of the Month Club? Exactly. Oh, it's so cheesy. It's so cute. There's the instructions. Love it. Let's see if there's anything in here that I need. Brush top coat gold metal enamel, which is spelled MET-L-enamel. Oh, the vapors for the gold metal enamel, they're harmful. Warning, vapor harmful, contains xylene. All of these kits are trying to kill you, I think. So that's a thing I'm gonna need to replace. I'm wondering if Rub and Buff would work, or gold leaf. I have some gold leaf kicking around from I don't even know how long. I want to do all the things in this. They're so cute and cheesy. Look at it. So cute. Okay, so gold metal enamel. I have to research all of these. Okay, so we've got a whole box of things like that where I am going to need to research all of these things that are needed to actually be able to do these before I can do them, because literally every one that I've opened so far I haven't been able to complete right away because I've needed replacements for harmful chemicals or just needed to find things that didn't exist. Oh my gosh, the Velvet Touch. It's a trinket tray in a velvet shell. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is so cute. It looks like the velvet may have some stains. Oh no! I don't know if this is still going to be usable. Looks like it's been bleached or kind of, I don't know if that's mold or if that's, I don't think that's mold. I think it's probably from whatever harmful chemicals are in this one. Like, this is just a bag of, it says white adhesive, and it is not white, it is just like a hard brick. Okay, so I'm gonna need to replace that. There's a little packet with glue, little sort of doodads. Looks for decorating. Okay, and there's the shell to make this little trinket tray. Where are my instructions? Plastic leaves, pearl, plastic ornament, Manhattan cement. I haven't got a clue what Manhattan cement is. I think for most of these things, some Gorilla Glue is going to do just fine. Pattern sheet, directions. So this one, it is just the glue. It does make me wonder about the gold enamel. I have a feeling this is going to be one of those things where I make a much bigger mess before anything gets organized. Boutique. Look at this guy. I mean, this is just general spring decor, I suppose. You remember February when the only sign of spring was the seed catalog and you decided this year you'd have a garden, if only a small one. And March, when it was still too cold, and April, when you were so busy, and now suddenly it's May. Oh, this is cute because this is still so true, right? For how many of us? Don't despair. You can still come up with a crop that will be the envy of every real dirt gardener you know. Just dig right into your package, plant yourself at the kitchen table, and before sundown, you can harvest a handsome new wall hanging for your home. Okay, that's cute. It involves more glue that I'm sure is just going to be a hard little nugget. Lots of, it's called yarn, but it's very much like plastic raffia. Oh, this is the glue. Look at this scary little tube. I mean, it's May. Do I make this one because it's May? I think maybe I have to, right? Okay, so we'll leave that one aside. All right, so this process is already helping us make some decisions. I could keep going through these for ages and ages. What is this one? Oh, this is the one that I tried to do that I didn't have the stuff for. Hello. It's a jewelry kit that required some sort of laminate. I'm trying to figure out if like maybe UV gel for fingernails would work. I know there's so many things. Oh, I didn't realize everything I just kind of had shoved in this bag. Okay, this is a high straw holiday bag. That could be really fun. Oh, I think I've already bitten off more than I can chew with trying to organize these. Eyeglass case. That's another thing I started. I've done 2 eyeglass cases already. I have a fairly extensive eyeglass collection because my eyes are a mess. Ooh. It is an eyeglass case featuring this jaunty little tiger. Hi! You want me through it? Ready? Ready? I think I have to put this in the embroidery bin because that's open. What else have we got in here? Not quite sure what possessed me to purchase this one. I mean, it could be cute. Chair cover? Look at how fat and chonky this yarn is. For a special and brilliant beauty in home decoration. I mean, why not? This could be fun. I can't tell if it involves sewing. It looks a little, oh, it's like big canvasy sort of needle. Pointy. Again, some of these, but I wouldn't say under duress, but definitely under, you know, cold medicine. All right, more kind of pillow covers. This guy is so jaunty. Look at this guy with his little hair. Come on, he's so cute. The shaggy line. It is just a picture or a wall panel. I don't know what the difference is. He's very shaggy. He originally cost $2.95. Okay, this is an orange punchwork picture kit. You make this little guy. I was with some friends doing sort of a joint crafting day. Oh no. You look like you're potentially broken. I am finding that with a lot of these vintage kits, that is a risk you take. I might have to buy a new punch needle, but I don't really know because I've never punch needled anything. But like I was saying, I was doing some sort of joint, everyone bring a craft and we'll craft together kind of event, and a friend brought a little punch needle kit, and a little punch needle corgi, very cute. It seemed a little bit more difficult than first thought. I've seen people do it online and it takes them like 20 minutes and they've got a whole, you know, wall hanging. I thought I would start small, but I was watching someone get really frustrated with even a very small one, so we will see. Another pillow. Oh, this is a punchwork pillow kit, which I don't think actually has the needle in it either, although I could open it up and see. Oh boy. Okay, so then we've got a San Francisco embroidery kit, which I was gifted. We've got this one, which I just received. It was lost in the depths of the USPS for weeks. I am excited. Look how cute. This sort of Gibson girl, Edwardian lady. There is a matching male counterpart, which I don't have. I think I just liked her because she was a redhead. Wait, do I have two? Oh, I do. This came in a pack of 2, and I completely forgot. I have 2 pillows, which is fine. I can make some new pillows. I keep finding these. I did my latch hook rug, which the dog is obsessed with, which is great. He lays on it all the time because it was for him. I keep finding them everywhere. I didn't realize there were so many extras. I don't know why I keep finding them, but I do. We've looked at this bar kit. We've looked at the belt. Oh, here's... Oh my gosh, is this the same? Oh, it's not the same, but it's a matching coordinating smaller pillow. Okay, we're gonna put those together. There we go, we've organized something. Fabulous. This is another fad of the month. Oh, yikes. Okay, this has been opened recently because it's in a Ziploc. It's annoying that those weren't around in the 60s. Ooh. Ah! Petrified glue. I'm just gonna... Luckily in my city we have hazardous waste disposal. They will come and pick up hazardous waste. I think that absolutely applies. What is this? There's nothing to show me how to make this or what it's supposed to look like. There seems to be a stencil. Okay, and some beady bits. This is like a plastic ribbon. Oh my gosh, it's like liquid plastic. 1 large tube white plastinol, 1 medium tube green plastinol. Okay, unfortunately this might be a no-go, which is a bummer. But I think I'm gonna find that in a lot of these kits. Okay, this, I keep forgetting about how many things I have. When I say I went on a little bit of a spree, again, I was bedridden for weeks on end. I think my thought process was it would give me something to do while I was there. You have to like be sitting at a table and have the wherewithal and mental capacity to be doing these things, which I didn't have. So let's see what we got. I think this is all fat of the month kits. Okay, this is really funny. These are all my wife's hometown, which I find really, really funny. Okay, so this is another couple more. Yeah, I'm gonna need to buy stuff to make all of these happen. Okay, do I feel more organized? Do I feel more prepared? No, I'm slightly more overwhelmed. We're gonna get to organizing. Okay. It's a purse kit, look how cute. Make a little purse. I'm gonna do this one now. Oh, these are cute. I need to go put this down with my sewing stuff. They're little glamour trim. Little bows. They have the beads and things. Oh, these are adorable. Yeah, again, some of these are things that I've had for a while and I've just literally forgotten because they've been sort of tucked away. These are cute. Golden spray. Starlet. Cute. Okay, so this project that I'm embroidering, this is actually something that I grew up with literally every day of my childhood, and I mean every single day in the house that I grew up in. I walked by this young lady framed on the wall. Didn't really remember that until several weeks ago, scrolling through eBay late at night, as I do when I can't sleep, and I saw a picture of it. Someone was selling the kit, and I texted my mom and asked her if I was misremembering. So my mom said that, yes, that when I was a toddler, you know, in the 70s, she found this kit and she embroidered it because she said the girl's red hair reminded her of me. It is called Sweet Miss, which is adorable. I don't know that I was a sweet child, but I think it's very cute that that's what my mom thought reminded her of me. So I bought the kit and I'm making it for my mother for Mother's Day. It's a little bit larger than I really remember. Although when you're a kid, everything seems big. I don't know. So I do need to find a frame that it fits, it's kind of an odd size. I also don't know if my mom has wall space for this, but it is something that I am making her for Mother's Day, which is coming up shortly. So I want to get this finished and get this to her. So while I have, yes, just organized that whole storage issue with all of my other vintage crafts, I'm spending all of my time and attention on this so that I can get it completed and get it framed for her for Mother's Day coming up, which I think even if she doesn't hang it, I think having it, maybe she'll put it on a bookshelf or something. It's so funny as I've been embroidering it, staring at this face and realizing it's just so familiar. It is very much, you know, it was like on the family portrait wall. Very much feels like a part of the family, feels like a returning to something I already know. It is strangely comforting. I love that my mom did this so many years ago and that I'm doing it again. Now this is a typical work day as a career coach, and here I'm really just creating content. I am doing a series called 52 Weekly Work Tips. It's all about how to do something small every week to make a career you actually like. If you want that, head over to ebsanders.com. You can have it for free. I'm also, in this clip, I'm responding to emails. I'm working on proposals. I'm doing business admin on top of the fun, really creative stuff like creating content and creating exercises and jumping in deep into creative practices and creative careers and all of that, the reality of owning your own business is that there is a lot of admin. But I enjoy the whole process, and I consider the whole process to be, one big creative endeavor. And as I enter this coaching session, what I'm doing here is I'm helping a client really change their whole career. Pretty hard pivot, going from, one creative field to another, going from film and TV into marketing in this case. But it is emotional and it's intense, but it is creative work. And I do love this work with one-on-one clients, but I also do work with companies to help their employees out. And it's, again, the whole thing is fun. It's creative, but it is a lot of work, but it is a lot of creative work that I genuinely love with my whole heart. It is what takes up the bulk of my days because it is a business and a practice that I've built up for years. So I'm really lucky for it to be where it's at. But I do my best to make sure to keep it not just a business endeavor, but a creative endeavor. So that's what I'm doing here. For the last creative project of this week, I knew that I needed to sit and have time with some new creativity, something different for my brain. And I had mentioned this book in a previous video. It is called Conscious Creativity, the workbook, Experiment, Explore, Create by Philippa Stanton. So it is an English author, which does have some relevance when you get into the insides. But what I love about this is there's a little, we called them cootie catchers when I was growing up. It's a thing you cut out to pick a page at random to work on. So the whole focus of this book is to kind of destroy it, honestly, to cut it up, to glue into it, to paint on it, to add to it. It's been really interesting, and I really do want to continue with this. The exercise that I'm working on here is an exercise where it asks you to put on classical music, and I believe I put on some Tchaikovsky, and it wanted you to grab a pen in both hands, which I wasn't able to do just because the book was kept opening, but kind of conduct what you felt the music was doing. And it's really funny because I remembered this very vividly as I had a high school English teacher who had us do this as sort of a free write. I remember she put on some music and had us free draw what we thought the music represented and then base a story on that. And I, to this day, remember that creative exercise. And this really brought that back. So I truly enjoyed this exercise. I enjoyed just sitting down, taking the moment for myself, and being just kind of differently creative with no purpose. I definitely want to continue with this book.
Hi. Come here.